Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
We call him Dracula.
Welcome to Night News. Before we begin, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. The Last Voyage of Demeter. On August 6, 1897, the commercial ship Demeter comes ashore in England. The cops found some debris, including a captain's log. 4 weeks earlier, the Demeter arrives in the port city of Varna in Bulgaria and packs cargo for delivery to London. The shipment consists of many big wooden crates and is being dragged by Romanian locals who decline to assist with loading it in order to leave the place before dusk and wish the crew luck. Clemens, a doctor, hears the spacecraft calling for more crew members. He tries to convince the crew that he would be a valuable member because of his medical knowledge and Cambridge-trained astronomy background, but first mate Wojciech initially rejects him. After that, he stops Toby, the captain's grandson, from being crushed. The ship's captain, Elliot, is thrilled and asks Clemens to join the crew in order to replace a new recruit who left after noticing the dragon emblem on the containers. In the Aegean Sea, Clemens and his crewmate Olgarin observe a dark apparition on the deck. One of the containers later collapses and cracks open inside the cargo compartment. Clemens, who is doing an inquiry, finds a lady inside. Despite the fact that she is barely alive, he administers blood transfusions to her in order to treat what appears to be an illness. The following evening, Huckleberry, the ship's dog, and all of the other animals are put to death. The crew is worried about a rabies epidemic, so they all hurl themselves overboard. The clandestine stowaway, Anna, awakens the gang and warns them of a Transylvanian monster that feeds on human blood. In order to get the monster, known as Dracula in her hometown, to leave them alone, she was given over to it as a blood slave. She claims that Dracula is already on the ship and trying to eat because of the numerous bite marks the beast left on her body. Dracula chases the group at night, biting Olgarin to turn him into a vampire thrall. Olgarin is tied in a knot and fastened to a table. He sneaks out one night and finds Toby in the hold. He starts seeking for him and soon finds him in the captain's quarters with Dracula. As the crew works to save Toby, Dracula bites him. The crew shackled vampire Olgarin, who was tied to the mast, catches fire the following morning when the sun rises. Despite receiving blood transfusions from his grandfather, Toby dies and is subsequently buried at sea in a sailcloth coffin. Toby opens his eyes and attacks the captain after he unwraps the corpse during the burial because he believes he can see the body moving. Before the crew can throw the vampire Toby into the sea, the vampire Toby begins to catch fire in the sunlight, severely burning both his grandfather and himself. The crew members who are still alive decide to attempt to sink the ship and drown Dracula in order to prevent him from wreaking havoc on London. Dracula attacks Anna as she tries to save Clemens after killing Captain Elliot, Abrams, and Wojciech. To rescue Anna, Clemens kills Dracula with an axe, and Anna stomps Dracula to death with a piece of the mast. Anna and Clemens flee the ship because they think the vampire is doomed. Dracula is able to detach the mast from his body and shout in victory as the ship runs aground on a British shore before sinking. Anna and Clemens float away on the wreckage of the ship. According to Anna, Clemens' blood transfusions are only delaying the process by which she is turning into a vampire as a result of Dracula's bites. Anna voluntarily puts herself in the sun since she doesn't want to transform into a monster like Dracula before Clemens floats onto the beach in the early morning. Clemens visits a neighboring tavern after landing in London and draws a portrait of Anna there in a sketchbook. Hearing the Demeter's crew's all-in-order knocking signal, he looks up to discover Dracula, dressed as an aristocrat, laughing at him. A Nosferatu is no longer in existence. As Clemens exits the building, he spots the vampire's shadow and begins to follow him, vowing to track him down and kill him in remembrance of his lost comrades. By August 30, 2023, The Last Voyage of the Demeter has earned $13.5 million. The Last Voyage of the Demeter was projected to gross $6 to $11 million in North America from 2,715 theaters. The movie made $2.6 million on its opening day, including $750,000 from Thursday night screenings. It finished fifth with $6.5 million in revenue on its opening weekend. The movie dropped by 62% to $2.5 million in its second weekend and came in at number 10. It earned a total of $19.8 million globally, including $6.3 million from other nations. On the review aggregation website Rotten Tomatoes, 172 reviews from critics have been posted, and the overall rating is 5.6 out of 10. According to the website's review, The Last Voyage of the Demeter finds a fresh angle on Dracula's oft-told tale, though lackluster execution frequently undercuts the story's claustrophobic tension. The weighted average review site Metacritic assigned the movie a score of 52 out of 100 based on the reviews of 31 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Moviegoers surveyed by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of B on a scale from A+ to F, while those surveyed by PostTrack gave it an overall approval rating of 66%. I appreciate you watching Night News. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.